Good afternoon, and welcome back to the Garden of Grace devotion. My name is Pastor Katie, and I am one of the pastors at Trinity Lutheran Church in Lilburn, Georgia. I've been thinking a lot about what to say in the Garden of Grace devotion today. Once again, we find ourselves in a time of so much angst and division. There's a lot of fear and a lot of anger. So many different points of view. Sometimes it's almost difficult to know what to say. It may be even difficult to know how to pray. This afternoon, I've thought about several different prayers that I might offer. And I've decided to come to you with a prayer that I've offered before. It's a prayer for peace. The words of this prayer were written 109 years ago, first appearing in a publication in 1912. And though we aren't entirely sure who wrote this prayer, it's most often attributed to the late Saint Francis of Assisi. We're pretty sure that he didn't write it, but for some reason, he's attributed with this prayer, to this prayer. The words of this prayer have been used in countless ways for decades as a prayer for peace. This prayer was written long before any of us were born. This prayer, these words have been printed and hung on countless walls of homes and churches, of businesses and community centers. It's a versatile prayer which can speak to each of us as we seek a pathway of peace. It reads, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. In this time of division, this prayer brings such incredibly important words. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. This is the theme of the prayer. Lord, make me an instrument. Make me an instrument of your peace. The rest of the prayer goes into the details of this theme. The one who is praying is asking for God to help them in the following ways, to be an instrument of peace with meaningful petitions. Where there is hatred, God, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. I wonder if any of the lines of this prayer are striking you in a particular way today. Are there areas in your life or in the world where you are struggling, maybe to sow love where there is hatred? Is there someone that has caused you harm that maybe it's time to forgive? Of course, this does not mean to put yourself in harm's way again. Is there an area of doubt where you feel led to pray for faith? Is there a place of despair where you feel led to pray for hope? Is there a place of darkness where you'd pray for light? Is there sadness where you could sow some joy? Through God's grace, as children of God, We each have the opportunity to share these gifts of love and pardon, faith and hope, light and joy. And the second half of the prayer reminds us. It reminds us and helps us to understand some of the ways that we can do this. Let me read it again. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. The second half of the prayer reminds us who we belong to, that we are children of the divine Master, and as such, as children of God, we are called to focus on loving God and others. Instead of getting stuck in our own frustrations, which is so easy to do, instead of only seeking what I want, I'm called to offer consolation. I'm called to seek to understand. I'm called to offer love. And the final recognition of the prayer reminds us that it is in giving to others that we receive. It is in being pardoned. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. As children of God, we remember that we can forgive others because we first have been forgiven by God. And the last line is reminiscent of the waters of our baptism. For it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. This prayer is certainly not something that I have mastered in any way. It is a theme that I continue to wrestle with over and over. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. However, this prayer that is over 100 years old offers me reassurance that while this struggle of how to live in peace is not new, there are words to pray to help us as we seek to live in peace as children of God with our brothers and sisters in Christ. Remembering that first and foremost, we are children of God. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace has become my prayer. Amen.